What's up, powerlifters? We're here at Global Gym. Well, we're better than you, and we know it. And today, we're not powerlifters. That's right, we lift ourselves. Okay, never mind. Ignore all of that. And if any of you don't know what Globo Gym is because you haven't seen that movie, you should be ashamed with yourselves. All right, beautiful people, my name is Justin Taylor. You're at Firestorm Freerunning and Acrobatics. I'm wearing our super sweet new tank top, and you should totally get one so you can be super awesome too. And today, we are going to be learning the flyaway. A flyaway is a swing, release, and a backflip. It's what we call a release move. It just means you're swinging on a bar, you're letting go, and then you're doing a cool skill before you hit the ground. So, cool thing about the flyaway is everybody thinks it is a swing backflip. And that's kind of true, but technically, this is a gainer. And as we all know, gainers are cooler than backflips. So, you can do a swing gainer and feel even cooler than you did if you were gonna do a swing backflip. Ooh, it's time for our 60-second breakdown. There it is. All right, guys, we're doing our flyaway. Our flyaway is built upon the end of our tap swing. Remember, we're doing a hollow in the back of our swing. Arching as we come forward, hips are driving, and we're cranking those toes up. In your flyaway, as soon as your ankles and your toes get up above your shoulders, it's very simple, it's just scary. You release the bar, and you tuck your knees. You tuck your knees not in like this, but up and over your head. Remember, toes go up, tap swing, release, tuck. It looks a little like this. I come in, hollow, arch, tap, release, tuck, and there's my flyaway. It is easier than you think it is. It's just really scary. You have to follow that timing. Tap, release, tuck. If you tuck early, you will smack the bar and fall on your head, and then you will end up dead. No good for anybody. Hollow, arch, tap, ankles above the head, drive the knees, fly away. Technically a gainer. So with a flyaway, it's actually the easiest of all backflip skills. It's just really scary. It is way, way easier than a standing backflip and easier than a wall flip, which gives you a lot of extra power. The reason is, you're doing the swing generates a lot of power. As long as you release and tuck at the right time, it will do all of the work for you. It is a very lazy skill you can do with very little effort, but it needs to be done correctly, especially with the timing, the body position, or it's not gonna work. So let's talk about it real quick. A few weeks ago, we learned our tap swing. Hollow in the back of our swing, we drop forward, arching our body, and we tap and we drive those toes to generate force. What's gonna happen in a flyaway is right as our toes get up higher than the height of our shoulders. So if I'm swinging on a bar, when I get to this point where my feet are up above my shoulders, all right, I'm not just swinging forward like I would for a lache, now I'm swinging upwards. As soon as my toes get up above me, all I have to do is let go of the bar and then tuck my knees up to my chest. When I do it, I don't want to do this with a flat back. I want to lift my hips with my knees. I would let go of the bar, lift my knees and my hips over me, and the flyaway will happen. You don't have a choice. That's just the way physics works. Now, here's the thing that you really got to watch out for, because this is the most common one. In fact, I taught somebody a flyaway 2 days ago, and they did the thing that everybody does, even if I tell you, so you might do it too, but I'm going to warn you in advance. Your brain will say, this is scary. If I let go of the bar, I will fall on my head, and that will not feel good. I don't want to let go of the bar. I'm just going to tuck. But check it out. I'm not going to do it with any power because it'll really suck if I do. But if I come in and I start tucking, boom, I'm going to slam my toes into that bar. If I release after I start tucking my legs, I'm gonna come into the bar first, right? You're swinging out here, and then you tuck your legs in. You're gonna kick your toes or your shins or your feet, your ankle, something on that bar. And as soon as they kick, if you let go, you're gonna stop rotating and you're gonna fall straight down on your head. So we really don't wanna do that. That's why it's very important that as soon as our toes get up, we do our tap, boom, toes get up. We let go of the bar, and it can be even a split second after you let go, but you have to let go first. You let go of the bar, and then you tuck your knees. As long as you do that, because you let go first, your momentum will slowly pull you away from the bar, keeping you nice and safe. If you're doing a really good flyaway, you'll land 3 to 4 feet away from the bar, depending on how high it is, how powerful your swing is, you know. But you're gonna land just far enough away that if you reach back, you wouldn't quite touch the bar, right? I mean, obviously I can't reach up there, but if it was down here, just far enough away. What I don't wanna do, like I said, is start my tuck first, so I clip the bar. I did that a lot as a kid. It sucked. I highly don't recommend it. So we're gonna do this one more time, and hopefully we'll do something cool with some slow-mo, so you can see that my hands will start to release before I really start jacking that tuck into my body. I go here, and I go tap, release, tuck. Woo! That time I tried to over-exaggerate it, so I shot a little bit further away than I normally would have wanted, but gives you the idea. So here's the hard part. How do you start doing this trick without just hucking it and hoping for the best? There are a few drills that you can do that are gonna teach you how to do this thing properly and keep you a little safer. The first one and the most simple is a cheat version of a skin the cat. Skin the cat is just, I grab the bar, I tuck my legs up and through till they're pointing down the ground, and I let go. It looks a little like this. I go here, I'm pretending I'm swinging. So we're gonna do a little arch to give me some power. Arch. Drive my knees. Now here, this is where we're talking about your toes not wanting to fit through. Whee! I come to here, point my feet at the ground, let go, and I give a little boop to the bar behind me. This allows me to feel what it feels like to actually do the entire flip. Obviously, I'm not really flipping because I'm holding the bar, but it's just getting my body used to going inverted, tucking through, seeing and spotting the ground, and pointing my feet towards the ground. The last thing you want to do, which sometimes happens and is always entertaining to watch, is I see the ground, I kick my legs out. I land like this, I fall on my face, everybody giggles. So make sure that when you see the ground, see how my thigh is pointing through my knee towards the ground? I'm gonna extend the leg, kicking it out towards my landing and then absorb as I land. What I don't wanna do is shove my leg straight back behind me, then I'll land on my toes and fall on my face. So one more time, we're gonna grab the bar. You're just gonna pull up, legs come here through. This is where you'd be in your flyaway. Remember, what I don't wanna do is try to arch back and look at the ground. I'm gonna tuck through, now I see the ground. Kick out towards the ground, and that is gonna be your first drill to start getting you used to the flyaway. After that, we're gonna move to some rings. If you have access to rings, you can learn an entire flyaway without the bar, keeping you very safe and getting you used to it. So let's go grab the rings real quick. All right, so we're gonna do the exact same skill we just did using the rings. The nice thing is where I'm grabbing, you'll notice, there's no bar in the way to block my feet. So you can actually do a flyaway in place with no real swing. What we'll do first, and you can start with slightly bent arms to make it easier, is we're just gonna focus on pulling the knees up and through and dropping down to the ground. Now, what we're eventually gonna be trying to do here is to go a little bit of a swing, so we have a little bit of momentum. And as you feel comfortable, we're gonna start letting go of the rings a little sooner than we did the time before. So the first one, I go here, I'm coming all the way through, I see the ground, I'm extending down. As I feel comfortable, like we talked about, I'm gonna give myself a little swing. You're gonna notice I'm gonna let go a little bit earlier. I'm gonna come here. See how I had a little more height when I rotated? I had a little bit of that loftiness, floatiness and stuff. That is me getting used to letting go and starting to flip before I see the landing. That's important when you do it on the bar, because if you hold on and tuck until you see the landing, you're gonna shin that bar, and I'm gonna giggle. What I do recommend, and right here, my setup that I had set up for today, since it's just for demo purposes, is not quite as high as I'd like, but what you can do is start your swing here. Now, a swing on rings is a little different because you're not actually moving your body really forward and backwards. You're just kind of staying right here in the center, arch, hollow, right here in the center. But what I want you to think about is you have a little bit of a swing so you can gather more momentum. As soon as your legs start to come up and tuck, I want you to let go. We will let go sooner, again, remember, than before we tuck when we actually do it on a bar. But for here, because it's the rings and the rings move, you have to hold on a little bit longer. So I'm gonna come here, little arch, tuck, and I'm letting go. This is letting me get used to the feeling, actually flipping in the air and landing. The difference is there's no swing forward, turning it into that actual gainer. So we're gonna do one more drill that'll get you a little bit used to what it's gonna feel like from an actual tap hollow swing. And for that, we're gonna use a spotting block, but you can use any type of ledge outside that gives you at least a 3 or 4 foot drop down to something soft where you feel comfortable. So let's head over to the spring floor, we'll grab a spotting block, and we're gonna get nasty.
Oh, hey there. How's it going? Ready to do some flyaways?
My hair is not yet long enough to do that hair whip convincingly. It's okay, we'll keep working towards it. All right, beautiful people. For this one, you may have seen before when we've done backflip drills here in the gym, one of the drills we do is sitting on top of a block and rolling backwards off of it to get used to the feeling of what it's like to do a flip and to rotate upside down. We're gonna do the same modified, the same thing, but a modified version. So what I wanna do is line up, so just my shoulders are a few inches past the edge, which will allow me to tip and roll over. What we're gonna be working on here is not just the normal version, which a lot of people would do to get used to stuff. You'd put your elbows down, hands down, you lift your knees up and over while still looking forward, and whee, extending your feet down to the ground to get used to how that works. It rotates a little slowly because you're not generating any power. You're just going from a standstill. So it goes really slow. Also, this is only 3 feet tall and I'm a big guy, so not much room. What we are gonna do is give ourselves a little bit of power. So I'm gonna line myself up so my shoulders are just past the edge. What I'm gonna do now is pretend that I'm on a bar swinging. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up, I'm in a little bit of a pike. As I fall back, I'm gonna hit my hollow position, this rounded stomach. Not this bent at the waist position, but this rounded position. And as I roll backwards, I'm gonna try to lift my toes up. Remember when my ankles get higher than my shoulders, that's when I would let go of the bar and release, because now I'm slightly inverted. And then what I'm gonna do is tuck the knees. The hard part is not looking behind me. If I look behind me, I'm not in a tuck, right? I'm not in a ball. Balls roll. If I look behind me, I'm in an arch. And then I fall on my head. So don't make the mistake, which is very natural, which is to try to look behind you during this flip. Your body doesn't want to be in an arch when it flips, unless you're really, really good, in which case you're doing layouts. That's much more advanced. We're not going to start there right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit up in my pike. I'm pretending I'm holding my bar. I'm going to fall back to my hollow. As soon as I get to here and my toes get up and my hands get down, I'm going to pretend to let go of the bar and drive the knees. Remember, when you drive the knees, it's not pull the knees in with a flat back, it's lift the knees up and over my head with my hips coming up over my head as well. I like to think you're not just tucking your knees to your chest, you pretend there's an apple on your head and you're driving the knees up and trying to knock that apple off the top of your head. So it'll look a little like this. I've got my bar, I fall back, hollow, drive the knees, woo! Yay! Practicing for the flyaway. This will help give you the timing for what it feels like to roll in that hollow position for a swing, and your practicing on the rings will let you feel what it actually feels like up in the air. When you actually want to do this skill for real, I highly recommend you have a crash mat, number one, and number two, you have a coach who knows how to spot you. We'll probably be doing some spotting, teaching how to spot people in the future, but make sure if you're doing it, you're doing it with somebody who's done it before and is a professional spotter. I've watched too many people that are like, I'm gonna catch you, like this. I don't know about you guys, but even a tiny 100-pound person, you cannot catch a 100-pound weight with an extended arm out here while it's flipping through the air. I couldn't even hand you a 100-pound weight and you'd hold it out here. So you need to make sure you have somebody who can come in, grab your hips, and make sure you get to at least your knees or your stomach, because you don't want to land on your head. Let's head back over the bar section. We're gonna go over the last part and finish this bad boy up. Booty, 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 booty. All right, guys, the last piece of information I want to leave you with regarding the flyaway is a really important one. So the most important thing that we talked about before is you have to get your toes and ankles up above your shoulders, then you release, and then you tuck. It can be a very quick 1, 2, 3. It does not need to be long and spaced out, but it must be in that order. Like all rules, eventually you can cheat and you can lie, because I can do a really crappy little one. Let's hope. I haven't done this one in a while, so let's hope it works really quick. But you can do something with a really tiny swing where I'm not doing a big swing, my legs go up. I can just here, have this little tiny swing, right? And it's, and I can get myself around. You see how low that is? But my toes are close. I'm not lofty, I'm not high in the air. My toes didn't get up and my ankles didn't get up above my shoulders, but it's because I know the timing. Learn it with a full swing where you're safe. That one is much harder. The second thing I want to talk about, and this is really important because most people don't realize, when you do a full swing and my feet and ankles are up above my head right here. All right, if you think about this like a flip, I am already a third of the way through my flip. Unlike a standing flip where I jump and then tuck, a swing gives me a lot more power. So I have probably 3 or 4 times as much power as I would have in a jump for a standing back flip. And at this position, I'm already a third of the way through the flip. So I've got a lot more power, and I only need to do 2/3 of a flip. If you do it correctly, you're just gonna pull the knees and then immediately open up. Because with all that extra power, if you tuck and try to do a normal flip, you will over-rotate, you'll kick out in front of you, which is where you released, right? You'll do a whole flip and you'll land flat on your back. I see it happen all the time. It's, like many things, entertaining to watch, not fun to participate in. So make sure when you do this, you have a spotter, number 1, you have a mat or something a little soft, maybe some sand down at the beach, nature's foam pit. But most importantly, make sure you're controlling your power and that your timing is there. Tap, ankles above shoulders, release, tuck the knees, spot the ground, extend the leg out towards the ground, okay? This has been your flyaway. This is the first tutorial in our free running series. We're just gonna pick random awesome skills that people like to learn. If you have ideas, leave them in the comments below, and maybe I will choose your skill to teach you guys. Tune in next week where we're going to be learning the Italian job. This is a cool little rail flowy move that we're going to teach, and we're going to have an awesome time. Ciao! Underbar away! That's supposed to warm me up, but now I'm just tired.